Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mordecai the Hunter, and I'm here to help you shoot better at cowboy action. And today, we are back for the final day of Land Run, the 2023 National Cowboy Action Championship, hosted by the Territorial Marshals at the Oklahoma City Gun Club. After 2 fun-filled days of shooting in good company, we have the late afternoon start for the last 4 stages of the competition, stages 5 through 8. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the first 2 videos, I haven't missed a shot yet. So I showed up early to watch some of the other waves go through my stages and try not to have a panic attack about missing a target. And I know shooting clean is overrated, and I probably shouldn't be letting that pressure take up space in my mind while trying to not suck in general. But if you haven't noticed, I do really like to collect those little clean match pins. So my focus today is just to be as smooth as glass and make sure all my shots are lined up so that I hit all the targets. I'm hoping that by leaning into technique that the extra time I spend aiming won't cost me too much time overall. So, let's get this thing rolling. Here's what you missed on the range. Okay, starting off on stage 5, the train depot, where we have pistols holstered, rifles staged on the cart, and 4+ shotguns staged on the rifle crates. The order is shooter's choice, rifle not last, and we are starting with both hands touching the ticket. At the beep with the rifle, first triple tap the outside targets, then double tap the inside targets. With the pistols, from the right of the conductor, repeat the rifle instructions, and with the shotgun, engage the 4 targets. I do see a note here that the ticket may be held or staged. So, sounds easy enough? Let's see how it went.
Well, they were dead when I got here.
Stand by. Nice run. 1915. There's that clean. Run.
Okay, kicking it off with shooter's choice. I of course like to end with the shotgun, so we are starting with pistols, and because I'm moving to the left and don't have to worry about tripping over it, I have the ticket in hand next to the pistol grip. Now remember that when you're holding an object like this, you don't have to actively drop it because your grip will release as you reach for the gun. You can experiment with this at home if you don't believe me. I've also started in line with the right target so that I can shoot that first and then take a step in between pistols to line up with the left and center targets. You might also have noticed me checking my pistol retention on the start of the stage. Now I've made a point in the past that holster retention is super important in this sport because we do have to run around occasionally, and the last thing you want is to drop a loaded pistol. But when you're starting with the pistols, I like to practice the motion a couple times to mentally prepare, and it reduces the drag when you draw. Anyway, I did slow down on the rifle a little bit to aim, but I feel like the transitions went pretty smooth. For the shotgun, I made a point to start on the right-hand pair of targets since those were closer to my approach, and then took a step in between pairs to line up with the left side. A 1915 isn't great, but it was smooth, and at least now we're warmed up. Stage 6 is at the saloon, where we have pistols staged on the counter, rifle staged on the counter, and 4+ shotgun staged on the counter. The order is shooter's choice, rifle not last, and we are starting with both hands touching the cards. At the beep, with the rifle and pistols, engage every target 4 times each, and with the shotgun, engage the 4 targets. So, looks like we have a good old-fashioned stand and deliver stage. Let's see how it went.
All right, I'm coming.
Stand by. Down 1477 clean.
Good run.
Thank you.
Alright, I think that went pretty well. So obviously we don't have to worry about any footwork, but we do get a choice on gun order and target order. Because there's no movement and the pistols can be restaged, there doesn't seem to be a good reason to start with the shotgun. So most people started with either the rifle or the pistols. I personally prefer to shoot pistols first when they are staged like this because I can be directly behind them, and then it's natural for me to have the long gun staged slightly to the right. If I have the pistols staged to the right of the rifle, I have to turn back to the left as I'm presenting, and that seems like wasted movement. As for order, I just went with a 4-2-4 sweep for both the rifle and the pistols to keep it simple. If I was doing it again, I would probably have started with 4 shots on the front targets with both pistols rather than starting the second pistol in the center. Watching the video, I just think that was a hair faster. Anyway, stand and deliver stages are pretty common in competition, so don't forget to practice your staged pistol transitions and play around with some of the stuff to see what you're comfortable with. Stage 7 is at the Territorial Bank, where we have pistols holstered, rifle in hand, and shotgun staged in the opposite window of the rifle. The order is rifle, pistol, shotgun, and we are starting in a window with rifle in hand. At the beep, engage the 3 targets in a 2-6-2 sweep, starting from either end. With the pistol, repeat the rifle instructions, and with the shotgun, engage the 4 targets. Based on the notes here, it looks like the rifle and shotgun must be shot through a window, and the pistols must be shot between the windows. So, let's see how it went.
All right, see what happens.
Stand by. Woo! 1585.
Alright, not too bad. So really the only choice to make here is starting on the left or right side, which I think is nice because the stage writers are obviously trying to make it even for left and right-handed shooters, but it's not really a choice you need to think about. I think the main challenge on this stage is the rifle. Now, maybe it's just me, but it seems like I make more mistakes starting with rifle at the ready than it does when I pick it up off the table. Maybe that's just a practice thing. But I also feel like these rifle targets are a little on the small side, and we have a string of 6 on that middle target, which seems like a prime opportunity to jack a round out. So, with all that rolling around in my mind, and the looming possibility of missing and ruining my clean match, let's just say my rifle wasn't as fast as it could have been. But I was pretty happy with the pistol work, and the shotgun went off without a hitch. Honestly, I was surprised by the time when they called it. A 1585 is a pretty respectable time, so let's not look a gift horse in the mouth here. Alright folks, this is it, Stage 8, the Mercantile, where we have pistols holstered, rifle staged on the crate, and 4+ shotgun staged anywhere. The order is shooter's choice, rifle not last, and we are starting with both hands holding the sack. At the beep with the rifle, triple tap the center target and then put 1 round on 2 corners and repeat using the other 2 corners. With the pistols from south of the south post, repeat the rifle instructions, and with the shotgun from north of the north post, engage the 4 shotgun targets. I do see a note here that says the sack cannot be touching a surface, so you do need to be holding it. So, this looks interesting. Let's see how it went.
All right, it's all or nothing.
Stand by.
Clean match.
Yeah, I figured that's what was going on. Overrated!
Well, what can I say? I'm a sucker for shiny things, and the clean match pins sure are shiny, so clearly I slowed down a bit to make sure I hit all the targets, but hey, it's my game, and now I can say I've shot the national championship without missing. Anyway, back to useful stuff. So when you have stacked targets like this, you generally want to start at the bottom and work your way up so that you can always see the next target. For the pistols, that means you transition from the center to one of the lower sides, and then the next closest corner is the one directly above it. But for the rifle, the center plate is closer to the actual center of the corners. So if you used the same pattern as the pistols, you would have to transition downward 3 times. However, the horizontal distance is much more favorable, so I decided it would be better to shoot the top 2 corners first, and then just be careful with my 2 downward transitions. For the shotgun, I have it staged on the crate so I can pick it up and be loading as I get past the post. I don't really see any benefit in starting with the shotgun as a 2-handed shooter on this stage because there isn't any kind of table in front of the pistol rack, so you don't get to drop your first pistol rather than going back to leather. Anyway, Now that I've shot this match clean, I'm hoping that I can come back next year and really focus on bringing my times down. We all know that you can't shoot fast enough to outrun the penalties, but you can't always be conservative either, and I need to be willing to take risks if I want a spot at the top. Okay, so how'd it turn out overall? The good part is, I feel like this was a solid performance considering I've never shot at this range or in this competition before. I managed to shoot clean, and I had some really good stages for where I am on my cowboy journey. My total time came out to 214.07 seconds, which gives me an average of 17.84 seconds per stage, and I think that's a great starting point for next year. The bad, well, I guess the bad isn't really that bad. I just didn't win, and I think that's a testament to the other shooters in my category and the skill level that I'm going to need to rise up to in order to be at the top. Nothing worthwhile is easy, and so long as I continue to improve, I know I can make it up there someday. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Don't forget to check out the rest of the channel for more cowboy content, and feel free to leave me a comment or reach out via social media if you think I missed something or have suggestions for future episodes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the range.